Hello everyone. In this session, we will look at what is a typical development lifecycle of a cloud-based application. The steps outlined are generic in nature and applicable for any cloud provider. The first step is to register with the cloud provider and set up billing and create a cloud project to hold your cloud resources. And cloud providers have different terminology on how the cloud project is set up. For instance, in Google Cloud, you start off with creating a cloud project, and you can have multiple cloud projects created supporting one or many applications. In AWS, you create something called organization and set up AWS accounts to centrally manage projects. The second step is to give the required permission to project and basically comprises of assigning user roles like admin access, billing access, access to projects, or fine grained access to cloud services. And Google Cloud provides a service called Identity and Access Management (IAM) to centrally manage access control across Google Cloud resources in a standardized way. And similar services are provided by AWS called Identity and Access Management. And for Azure, it's Azure role-based access control. The third step comprises of choosing regions and creating a virtual private cloud for your environments. I'll talk about what is virtual private cloud in one of the later videos. And as part of that, you basically choose regions where you want to deploy the workloads. So you can choose a region depending on your application requirement. Like if you need low latency, you can deploy your application in a region that is closer to your end users. Or it can be based on data sovereignty requirements, cost factors, and even low carbon regions from a sustainability point of view. And I'll talk about these concepts in detail as we deep dive into this course and also the lab videos. The next step is determine what cloud services to use based on your requirement. And this step is basically choosing the cloud services based on your application requirement, be it a choice of a virtual machine, like do you need a compute or memory intensive VMs, managed services like choice of database, container management offering, serverless technology, and so on. And you basically choose the various category of services that we had gone through in the cloud comparison tool video as part of the cloud platform session. And we'll talk about virtual machine selection, container management solutions, serverless technology, and managed services during the course. So once you have created the region, created the virtual machine, decided what services you want to use, you'll go about designing and developing the cloud application. And one of the approaches you can follow is to break down application into loosely coupled, independent, deployable units and manage them as containers and exposing the service functionality as well-defined APIs. And you can embed the multi-cloud principles that I described in the multi-cloud development videos. Once you have built the application, the next step is around automation and continuous integration and continuous delivery and deployment process. So in this step, you go about automating the integration and deployment of applications across environment, be it development, pre-production, or the production environment, and build out the CI/CD process using standardized tools like Jenkins or services offered by the cloud platform. And you can use the cloud comparison tool to check out the DevOps tools offered by the various cloud providers. The next step basically involves logging, monitoring, and backups. Now, as part of logging and monitoring, you would look at leveraging central logging capabilities offered by the cloud provider and set up logging agents where by default logs are not auto log to a central logging environment like virtual machines. So basically, you look at services which offers default logging to a central log environment like Google Cloud logging for Google Cloud or Amazon CloudWatch logs for Amazon. And for rest of the application logging, you would set up logging agents offered by the cloud platform. As part of backups, you would set up auto backups for database or VM snapshots and store the backups based on the duration required for compliance and audit requirements. For instance, the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA as we call it, requires HIPAA records to be stored for 6 years. And all cloud vendors offers various classes of storage like standard storage for frequently used data or cold storage for archival, and you can set up automated lifecycle for storage to save on cost based on the access patterns. And the next step basically involves hardening the production setup and optimization. So before going live, you need to harden the production environment by ensuring the right identity and access management is configured. Set up cloud services like Google Cloud Armor or Amazon Web Application Firewall to deal with common security exploits, and set up audit trail services for end-to-end traceability. Once you are running in cloud, set up continuous monitoring and resource alerts to track how cloud resources are being utilized and apply any optimization to save on cloud cost for production as well as non-production environments like development, pre-pod, just to ensure you use the resources effectively. So this completes a typical cloud development project. The steps outlined would work for any cloud platform. In our next session, we would start off with Google Cloud fundamentals. Till then, happy learning.